Ladies and gentlemen, today I bring you a fucking banger of a video. Today, we are going to be ranking the top 15 pound for pound strikers in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Jared Mirashart, GM3, he is in my top 15. He's slotted right there at number 14. You kind of have to, man. I mean, he's fucking crafty with the striking game. You know, Chris Barnett, he's got that Taekwondo base. He's got that spinning wheel kick that he'll get you. He'll get you with that spinning wheel kick. So no, obviously neither of them are in my top 15, but I hope you clicked here because of some clickbait. And obviously we got 4 fighters that are definitely on this list. And I think more than anything, I'm right now I want to talk about my kind of what was my thought process with the ranking, with how I ranked these guys, how I separated them. I think there's a couple of things. I think I'm talking about MMA striking, so I'm not talking about if this was a pure boxing match, kickboxing match. I'm talking about how well the game of these guys are in MMA. What have they done with their striking, and what tools they have in their tool bag to get it done, and the quality of opponents they have done it against and with. So that's my ranking. That's what I am coming to you with. So if you disagree in certain parts, I get it. You're definitely going to disagree. But this is my list. So if you want to make your list, put that in the fucking comments or make your own fucking video, alright? Don't fucking be complaining. Because when Chris Barnett's number one, I don't want to be hearing anything. But he's definitely not number one. But yeah, that's my thought process. That was my thinking when ranking these guys. Basically, whose striking game would I want if I was an MMA fighter, and how well has it done against the people in the top tier of the divisions? But before we get into the actual rankings, we need to have some honorable mentions. Whoa, brother, Dagestani brothers don't even have the striking. Nobody checked the grappling. I know, guys, I know. Islam Makhachev, honorable mention. Fuck yes, guys. This is the fuck. First of all, this is the GOAT of UFC of MMA right now. He went tit for tat with Dustin Poirier, beat him the fuck up for 5 rounds, and then submitted him. But we're not here to talk about submissions or anything. This guy, not tit for tat, but he had a striking. He had a bit of a striking match against Alexander Volkanovski, and he had a lot of good moments. He had a lot of good moments. And I was fine. I was trying to find a way to put him in my top 15, but I just couldn't. There's too many talented strikers, at least compared to Islam. And I think you really could put him in your top 15 because he knocked down the guy right next to him in fucking Charles Oliveira. So, very talented. Like I was saying, Charles Oliveira, very talented in his own right. The Muay Thai style, the kicks that he has, the kicks up the body, the boxing, the shoot the boxing that he has. He is very good. He is a very talented striker. But yet again, I think the defense, if anything, is what was lacking in Charles Oliveira. With Islam, if anything was lacking, I'd say maybe the kicking game. He definitely uses the calf kick pretty well. But I think the kicks in general kind of lack. And not to say about the guy right next to him, and Umar Nurmagomedov, this guy has great kicks, especially for Dagestan. I don't think we've ever seen someone have that kind of striking, at least from Dagestan, and at least yet, we have a couple of fighters coming up, John Pork and whatnot. And then a couple of names in the bottom, a couple of heavier fighters. We got Michael Zesty fucking Morales. He's powerful as fuck. He is very, very powerful. And you got to take that into account because you could be having a striking battle, but if they can put your lights out, then there's no real point of having that striking battle. Michael Morales, super powerful. How the fuck does he make 170? I don't know. He looked like double the size of Sean Brady. It was like it was a fucking it was like if it was 170 against 185. It looked like 155 against 185. It was crazy. But yeah, Michael Morales, really good with the boxing. Just super powerful hands, and I think that goes a long way. Goes a long way into an honorable mention. Surreal Gone, we know what this guy can do. He's been able to out tit for tat basically everyone in the heavyweight division except Ngannou, Jones. In that Tom Aspinall fight, he was looking really good. I think what holds him back though is the lack of power. You look at that fight against Tai Tuivasa. He was kind of basically a standing TKO, and he was clubbing him back to the head. So, yeah, this is why he's in the honorable mention. And Carlos Ulberg, man, hate him all you want. Disagree with, or not disagree, but hate the result that he just had last week or 2 weeks ago at the UFC Miami card. It might be 3 weeks ago, actually, at this point. But he's a very talented striker. He's been able to knock out a lot of guys in that light heavyweight division, and I think you got to give him props because he deserves those props. But without further ado, enough of the honorable mentions. Number 15, a guy that might be a bit controversial considering the latest result, and I can see an argument why you would have any of these 6 guys in front of him. But guys, Jack Della Maddalena at number 15. He's still a top 15 pound for pound striker in the UFC. I don't care what anyone says. This guy has elite boxing, one of the most elite boxing and combos that we have seen in the UFC, especially with the ability to mix it up to the body and to the head. Doesn't know how to defend a calf kick for shit, but hey, 63% striking defense, one of the more higher ones that you're going to see on this list. And yes, he got beat the fuck up by Carlos Prates, but it's Carlos Prates. That guy is also on this list, obviously, and is a bit higher ranked now than I probably would have had him before that fight happened. But you can't really blame Jack. Like, Carlos Prates is just a fucking killer. But yeah, not much else to say. Number 15, JDM. Here's the fucking thing, you guys. Halo MMA has me at number fucking 14. That guy's a bitch, alright? Sean Strickland, man, number 14. I can't talk shit about him. I picked against him in the Anthony Hernandez fight, and he just fucking showed levels. He showed levels, and you can see there on the stats, he has the volume. And I think the biggest thing that you take away from the striking of Sean Strickland is not even the striking itself. It's the striking defense that this guy has. That Philly show is probably the best. It's probably the best defensive stance that we've seen. Maybe one of the most memorable ones. And the fact that he's only gotten knocked out, I think once. I think it's only been once to a guy that's also on this list is crazy. And especially with all the talent that we've seen in the middleweight division, all the talented guys that this guy's gone up against. The striking defense is there. The Philly shell is there. The chin is there. Here's the fucking thing, you guys. Like, the thing about my striking, it's just, I'm just kind of yapping here a little bit, but the Philly shell, the combination of the leg kicks or the body kicks up the middle, those were deadly against Anthony Hernandez. The knees that we saw in that fight against Anthony Hernandez, he's able to mix it up a little bit more now, and I'm interested to see how a fight against Khamzat Chimaev is going to go. In terms of the striking, I think he's going to have the advantage by a good bit, and I don't think he's going to get hit a lot. But the thing with the Philly shell is that with the Philly shell, you go up against a goofy goober, and a goofy goober does really well against the Philly shell. Because at number 13, I have Dricus du Plessis, guys. Maybe a bit controversial. Maybe you're saying, what the fuck, Halo? How the fuck is Dricus a better striker than Sean Strickland? We fucking saw it. We saw it across 50 minutes. First fight, you can say, hey, maybe Sean Strickland won that, but he barely won that. He barely edged him out. Pause. And in that second fight, it was complete domination by DDP. It was a whole other level. We saw the kicks. We saw that question mark kick that he has. It was really doing some things to Sean Strickland. The hands are good. He's pretty powerful. He's knocked out guys like Robert Whittaker. So we know the hands can, it's a bit goofy. It's a bit of a goofy goober style, but it got him all the way up to being a champion and defending that belt multiple times. So yeah, you have to put DDP up here. I think he's just been able to do it against really good guys. And if you don't believe it, he has a higher striking accuracy than Sean Strickland 42 against 48. And the defense is pretty good as well. It's not as good as Sean Strickland, but the defense is held up. He has a bit of a goofy goober chin, and it does the job. It's definitely the most goofy goober striking style that I have on this list, but it's effective. It's effective, and it was effective against a guy that's really good in the striking defense and in Sean Strickland. So say what you want. Maybe it's Goofy Goober. Maybe you don't agree. But the Goofy Goober style has got him all the way up to the Goofy Goober title fight and the Goofy Goober title fight win. All right. So can't talk shit about Dricus du Plessis. You can't even really talk shit about when he lost the title because it wasn't because of the striking. It was because of something completely else. And I think the power, the Goofy Goober style, the ability to be able to hit guys in angles that they really haven't seen before, I think it goes a long way. I think Dricus du Plessis outstrikes everyone in the middleweight division. Maybe Imavov, but Imavov is just a boring striking style, and it's a style that is effective, but I think Dricus is a little bit more effective. We saw him outstrike Sean Strickland. He is number 13 in my humble opinion. All right, number 12. Here's the one thing about me, guys. I have a terrible British accent. Well, I can't fucking turn left, can I? You see, that was terrible, but I hope you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tom Aspinall, guys. He is number 12 on my list. Maybe a bit high, being that it's a heavyweight, but this guy has the touch of death. And when you have the touch of death, it's going to carry you a long way. And if you're going to notice, a lot of the champions are up here. And for good fucking reason. There's a reason they're champion, and it's not because they can't strike. So, Tom Aspinall, number 12. This guy just has the power, has the boxing. You know, the kickboxing's not really there, but he has really good calf kicks. And we saw the defense get exposed a little bit against Ciryl Gane, the jab. I think the speed in general was kind of like catching up to him. But I know that he has really good boxing. I know that when we see that rematch, I think Tom Aspinall is going to do a much better job. I think he would have adjusted well in that fight. Tom Aspinall is a really talented striker. Just look at the fucking volume that he has. 7.63 significant strikes landed per minute. That's insane, especially at a 60. You can see what that says. Clip. So maybe the defense isn't the best. We know that Tom Aspinall's striking defense isn't the best. But this guy fucking knocked out Curtis Blades with the Simpleton's jab. The Simpleton's jab 1-2. The Simpleton 1-2. And that touch of death is going to carry you a long way. Especially when you're doing it at a fast rate. Because he doesn't get out a lot of round ones. And it's not because of his jiu-jitsu or wrestling normally. And that touch of death that just puts guys out. Especially in the heavyweight division, they all have power, but this guy's power is maybe a little bit different. Maybe it's the speed, maybe it's the technique, but he has something different about him that those heavyweights can't handle. That is why he is number 12, and that is why I think in the rematch, he is going to beat Ciryl Gane, and he's going to show the levels to it. If Ciryl Gane is a top 25 striker, Tom Aspinall is a top 15, number 12 in my opinion. Moving on. Well, I've gone out there, and I've got number 11 on Halo MMA's. Guys, actually, I should maybe... There's certain impressions I shouldn't do. You know, I'm trying to be... Maybe I'm trying to do a bit too much. That's terrible fucking... That's a terrible impression. Ian Machado Gary. This is maybe going to be controversial, but hey, guys. The thing about Ian Machado Gary is that he is a very, very, very talented striker. I think he's able to pick you apart. He was able to pick apart another top 15 pound-for-pound striker in Carlos Prates. And the thing about him is that he has the boxing, he has the kicks, he has the ability to just put it together in ways that we don't really see in the welterweight division, with the exception of maybe one other guy. And the power isn't there, but we saw what he was able to do against the power merchant and Carlos Prates. We saw he was able to circle the cage, cut him off in spaces, make him uncomfortable, and use his length, pause, to do the damage that he needed against Carlos Prates. And I think Ian Machado Gary is one of the most talented strikers in the UFC. Number 11, in my opinion. I think he just has all the tools in the tool bag that you need, with the exception of the power. But if you don't have the power, you need the volume. which he kind of also doesn't have, but he doesn't get hit a lot. I think that's the biggest thing. He doesn't get hit a lot. You look at the numbers. I think that's probably one of the it's by far the smallest number we've seen so far. So in terms of the accuracy of him getting hit, maybe it's not the best. Maybe it's comparable to others, but the amount of times he gets hit, the spaces that he takes up, the footwork that he has, the way he's able to cut the cage off and make guys uncomfortable in the space that they have, I think it's very unique, and it's very unique to Ian Machado Gary, and he's very talented. And maybe he wasn't having as much success against a guy like MVP, but he used other tools in his tool bag to get the job done, and he knows where he is at in his element. And the striking is definitely part of his element. And yeah, he's number 11 on my list. Moving on, number 10. Petr fucking Yan. Guys, Petr Yan is one of the, when he puts combinations together, it's probably one of the most satisfying things you can see as an MMA fan. And I'm not even fucking with you. Petr Yan, I'm not going to be Lucas Flakesy here and glaze the fuck out of Petr Yan, but he is very talented. He was able to outstrike a lot of guys in his division. When you're able to go out there and have a tit-for-tat battle against Sean O'Malley and question who won that fight, it goes a long ways. And Sugar's on this list too, and I have Sugar above Petr Yan, maybe controversially. But Petr Yan it's so clean. It's one of the cleanest styles that you've seen in terms of the striking. Again, the lack of power is what kind of doing him dirty here a little bit. But guys, Petr Yan is he's able to go out there and he's able to use this boxing. It's a boxing that, when you look at the boxing of Petr Yan, it's almost like it's like the most polished thing you've ever seen. When you look at a stripper and she's all polished, she's kind of lubed up a little bit. It's almost like it's too good to be true, and it was too good to be true in some of the fights that he's had. He got outstruck by Aljamain Sterling. That Merab fight, maybe it wasn't the striking, but it's a bit too good to be true. And I think at times he can get a little complacent. I think he can maybe trust his hands a little bit too much, and I think that's what doesn't have him in that top tier of strikers. Obviously, he's in a top tier of strikers, but the top of the top, the top of the top of the top. You guys know what I mean. And like I said, the lack of power kind of does him dirty here a little bit, but he doesn't get hit a lot. The striking defense, the accuracy of the guys against him, he has a good defense, and he's able to make guys miss and able to use that to his advantage with the striking. And the thing that has him, I think, all the way up here is more of the IQ, because the power isn't there. So you need other things in the tool bag to get it done. And when you're out striking or close to out striking guys like Sugar, guys like Aljo, guys like Song Yadong, Merab's striking has improved plenty. I think you're doing a really good job. I think you're doing really good things. And that earns you number 10 on my pound for pound strikers list. All right. Number 9, Joshua fucking man. Look at that fucking significant strikes landed per minute. That is fucking insane. 8.84. This guy is the volume merchant of volume merchants. I mean, power is there? Hell no, it's not there. It's maybe the most pillow-handed guy on this list. But the boxing, the silkiness, the smoothness of it, when you're able to outstrike Brandon Royval like that in a very close fight, that being said, it goes a long way. It goes a really long way, and I think Joshua Van is probably one of the most talented boxers we have in the UFC. Not probably, is one of the most talented boxers that we have in the UFC, and I think he'd do Joshua well in boxing. And I think the main thing is that the ability for him to be able to go to the body and go up top, it really derails guys. It really kills guys. It puts them. He kind of breaks them apart, puts them into pieces, eats them up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The side of A1 steak sauce. That's what he's able to do. He's able to piece guys in a way that I don't think we've seen in terms of volume. Maybe ever in the UFC, with the exception of a couple guys. This guy's fucking talented, and this guy, like, if you want a boxing clinic, he's one of the guys that you want to see. And you can tell because those guys out in Texas, man. Those guys out in Houston, they be doing the boxing. All of the guys in that gym have really good boxing, and you can see that payoff in the fights. Joshua Van, number 9 on my list. What a fucking G. Number 8, yes, Manel Cap is number 8 above Joshua Van, And you know why? Because when they get in there, because they're going to fight someday, they're going to get in there, and Manel Cap is going to fucking slime Joshua Van. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. The defense, maybe not as good as Joshua Van, but the offense is on par. The boxing is on par. And the hands, the power in this guy's hands is fucking crazy for a flyweight. I'm not going to lie. Like, hate him all you want. Look at the fucking gyno that he has. I told him he needs to work on it. He needs to chop it off. Hate him all you want. This guy is a suey merchant. And when you're a suey merchant, you have that power because the power in Ronaldo's kicks he has in his hands. And yeah, I think what really sets him apart is the power. And I'm not a power merchant guy, but I think the boxing is very comparable. The striking is very comparable. But when you have the ability to put people's lights out like he did against Brandon Royval, look at all the fucking shots that Joshua Van landed on Brandon Royval, and he had one knockout in the 3rd round in the last 20 seconds. One knockdown, sorry. That might have been what I said, actually. Just fucking ignore that either way. And Manel Cap needed one good overhand to fucking Freddy Fazbear, Brandon Royval. Golden Teddy, Freddy Fazbear, Brandon Royval. So I'm going to put him above. I'm sorry. And like I said, in a head-to-head matchup, if we've seen one get outstruck by the other, as we saw with Sean Strickland and DDP, you have to put him above. I don't care if one of them is silkier, smoother. Give me the rough. Give me the goofy goober style, which Manel Cap doesn't really have. Give me that style with a bit more power, with the ability to be able to outstrike someone that's also a very good, talented striker. So yeah, Manel Cap, number 8. Hate him all you want. I think he's up here. And you look at the striking accuracy, it's the same, and the defense is the same too. But the thing is, Joshua Van isn't sliming out guys like Manel Cap is. That's just the reality of it. And I love Joshua Van. I love him as a champion, but he has pillow hands, and especially compared against a guy like Manel Cap, I think he gets his lights put out because the defense is not top tier for either of them. I think if one of them lands flush and knocks out the other guy, it's going to be Manel Cap. Number 7, Alexander. Do you come from a land down under? Yup. Number 7, maybe a bit low for you guys, but I'm talking about right now. And the reality of it is Alexander Volkanovski, he's a bit slower now. The jab doesn't really have that sting to it. You know, he used to have that sting, you know, the bit of a sting like the scorpion, like a you know. He used to just have a little bit more of that sting. You watched the fight against Ilia Topuria where he got knocked out. That jab was fucking money. He was piecing up Topuria with the jab. And I don't think I saw that against Diego Lopez, especially in that second fight. The footwork still there, obviously. The ability to cut off the cage against a much less superior IQ guy and striker in Diego Lopez. That ability is still there. But the quickness, the maybe the little bit of thud that he used to have, it's just not really there. But the combinations are there. His ability to use his kick to his advantage. The calf kick has always been there for Alexander Volkanovski, and he uses it to great effect, to great accuracy as well. And he's always been a volume guy, and when you're able to out volume a guy in Max Holloway back in the day, even right now, you got to put him in your top 10. I have him at number 7. Alexander Volkanovski, just a fucking G in general, but I love his striking. He has a great striking game. A bit slower now, a bit washed. He's not washed, but he's just not the same. He doesn't have the same power and accuracy, or accuracy, yes, but not the same power, the thud, the quickness that he once had, and I think you have to put him at number 7 because of that. Number 6, probably one of my more controversial picks. I mentioned him before. Sugar Sean. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Keep it going. Keep it going, bud. You're doing great. You're doing great, bud. Sugar Sean, man, number 6. Maybe controversial, but Sean O'Malley just has a very, very fucking deep tool bag. He has the hands. He has the kicks. And he has a bit of he has a bit of underrated power, I think, at bantamweight. I think if you're not a Song Yadong, if you're not a Marab, obviously, that won the fight in a different way, you're going to get knocked out. You're going to get knocked out by Sean O'Malley simply because he finds the angles that not a lot of people can find. Like you saw against Aljamain Sterling, he is able to find the angle where nobody else is. Lean back, straight right, knock him the fuck out. That's crazy because your body's going one way and your fist is fucking going the other. And when you have the ability to do that, I think there's not a lot of guys better than you at the striking. Again, the power may be lacking a little bit, but he is very accurate, and he has the body kick up the middle. He has the check body kicks. He has the calf kick, and he has the ability to go upstairs with it as well, which not a lot of people on this list specifically has. And I think that's really valuable. And I think that's going to get him maybe all the way up to the title again. I think he easily beats Ayman Zahabi, fucking old-ass Ayman Zahabi. And I think we're going to see him get outstruck by a decent margin. Like you saw, he shut down Song Yadong. He shut him down. And a guy like Peter Yan wasn't able to shut him down like that. I know Peter Yan takes a little bit to get going. But hey, this is the fucking reality of it. He shut him down. So I think number 6 on my list, Sugar Sean O'Malley. At number 5, we have Carlos the Nightmare Prates himself. Talk about a fucking G. And I'm going to say that a lot, or I have been saying a lot in this video, but this guy's a fucking G. Like, the mix of power and the diversity in the striking is fucking crazy. Being able to use every single limb of your body, basically, that Muay Thai style that Carlos Prates has, along with one-hitter quitter, power of the gods, power, like, this guy's fucking insane, and there's a reason he's top 5. And like I said when I was talking about JDM, before that fight, it might have been flipped. And the positions might have been flipped, but after the fucking performance, the sheer showcase that this guy showed against a really good striker that has good defense, except for calf kicks, in fucking JDM, like, it's hard not to put this guy top 5. You can see how the fighting nerds are really developing something special in the fact that all of them are elite strikers and Carvalho. But guys, Carlos Prates top 5, probably one of the scariest dudes that you could ever face in the octagon. Just because, one, you don't know where you get hit from what limb in his body. And before you know it, your lights are out. You're fucking smiling like Leon Edwards. Your fucking leg is fucking broken from the sheer calf kicks, the power of the calf kicks that this guy has, like we saw against JDM. This guy's nuts. This guy's amazing. This guy's a top 5 striker, pound for pound, in the UFC. Number 4, probably the most controversial pick in this top 15, Jean Silva. Number 4, guys. Yes, number 4. Hate him all you want. He's annoying as fuck. He's going to fucking, bark you up or whatever. But he is so fucking talented in the striking. And he has power at featherweight that I think only compares to with Kevin Vallejos. Kevin Vallejos honestly could have also been an honorable mention or on this list. Maybe not on this list. I think he has a little bit more to prove. But John Silva, you saw how he was fucking piecing up Diego Lopez. It was easy. It was body kicks up the middle. It was combinations in the boxing. It was the fucking simpletons 1-2 doing it. It was the calf kick. It was everything. It was landing, the spinning attacks. He got carried away and he got knocked the fuck out. But he's able to just pick people apart that I think a lot of people don't have. They don't have that kind of striking. And John Silva is really fucking talented, guys. Hate him all you want. I'm so looking forward to seeing his next fight. He pieced up Arnold Allen, man. He pieced him up for not for 3 rounds. I think I remember it was 29-28, but this guy is really good, bro. This guy is really fucking good. He's a really talented striker. He's able to pick you apart. He's able to do the spinning attacks. He's able to do so much. He's able to do so much. I think that's why I really like him. He's just able to do so much in the striking department. That's all I gotta say, man. Number 4, John Silva, really fucking talented. Number 3, we'll find that Saturday night, man. We'll find that Saturday night. Max Holloway, I mean, what to fucking say about Max Holloway? This guy has the most significant strikes in UFC history by a large, large margin. His boxing is elite. Fuck, yeah. What else do you need to say, bro? It's fucking Max Holloway, bro. He has second best boxing in the UFC. It's crazy. Prime for prime, I think Volk is above him. But the length of this guy's prime is insane. His ability to just piece guys up at will, not looking. The way he styles on guys like Calvin Kattar and Brian Ortega, which, hey, those guys, not talented strikers, or, not very talented strikers. But compare that against Volk, against Brian Ortega. Volk won comfortably, minus that guillotine. But the way this guy, the volume on this guy, the just tenacity, the fucking dog in him to go out there and lay the fucking, say fuck it, lay the hands down, just fucking get at it. It's uncomparable, I think. Maybe comparable to when John Silva, before he got slimed out by Diego Lopez. But Max Holloway, number 3 on my list. Volume. Boxing better than you'll probably ever see, with the exception of a couple people. Number 3. And guys, for my first and second pick, you can already guess who the top 2 are. I wouldn't be mad if you put them in any order, and I'm going to explain why here in a little bit. But number 2, Shama, Alex Pereira, guys. How the fuck is a heavyweight, is a light heavyweight, the fucking middleweight guy all the way up on this list? I don't know. Ask this fucking guy that has knocked out Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland. The fact that he knocked out Sean Strickland is fucking nuts. Especially in the prime of Sean Strickland's career. How the fuck, like, who else is doing that, bro? Who else is making Magomed Ankalaev in that second fight look like a fucking newbie? When the pressure is there, make him look scared. Make him look like he's never been in the Octagon before. Slime out Yuri Prochazka the way he did. Fucking slime out all these other pretty talented strikers. Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree, like the ability with the knees, with the kicks, with the fucking left hook. It's insane. This guy has just all the tools in the tool bag that you would want as a striker. He has the deadly power, the fucking power from the gods. He has the defense as well. Maybe it's not the best defense in the world. He got caught against Israel Adesanya. And maybe you bring up the Magomed Ankalaev fight. I choose to, not feel like it didn't happen, which it definitely did. Apparently, he broke his foot, and if Poatan has his foot broken, sometimes he'll dog it out. But against a very talented guy with the defense that Magomed Ankalaev has, and the striking that is coming back at him, you need your foot to be able to have success, obviously. And I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he went out there, like I said, in that second fight and just fucking went at him and said, this guy's not fucking better than me. He doesn't have the power against me. I don't trust that he's going to respond the way that would get me in trouble like it did against Izzy. And he fucking slammed him out. It was easy. It was a fucking right overhand, which I don't think we've ever seen Alex hit that right overhand up until that fight. And we were all celebrating. We were all hype. We think Alex Pereira is a top 2 pound-for-pound striker. I don't think there's any argument against that. This guy just has it all. He has it all. He has all the tools in the tool bag. Even more tools in the tool bag than I think the number 1. But number 1, it has to be the guy that we haven't seen the glaze that I have, because I haven't really been able to make videos about him because he hasn't fucking fought in a year. But number one, Ilia El Matador, man. Ilia Topuria, bro. This guy, it doesn't fucking matter that he has basically no kicking game. He has the calf kick, and that's about it. It doesn't fucking matter because against a guy like Max Holloway that was in the prime of his career, in the second prime of his career, he was able to fucking find him. He was able to find him. And I said this whole time, if you have the ability to just put people out and not even put into contention the striking because they're laying on the fucking floor unconscious, then there's no point. There's no debate. And this guy has that kind of power. Like Pereira, he has the power from the gods. And maybe unlike Pereira, the boxing is the best boxing we've ever seen in the UFC. Or for sure is the best boxing we've ever seen in the UFC. The technique, the ability to cut off cage, the combinations that he has to go. I think he has just the best parts of everyone on this list, except for the kicks. And kicks to the body and to the head at least. I think he has the perfect combination of all those guys. And like I said, this is a striking video based on MMA. And the best striker in MMA has to be Ilia Topuria. The power with the technique, with the ability to hurt people in multiple places, he's not just a headhunter, is unlike we've ever seen. Comparable to fucking Canelo. Bilal has the Canelo hands. Ilia has, Bilal with the Canelo hands 1A, Ilia with the Canelo hands 1B. And I think if you're getting into MMA and you want to have a base for striking, Ilia Topuria has to be what your base is, because the way that he is able to have a stance that also prevents him from being taken down, and when it does, he's able to scramble quickly and fast and have the ability to sprawl up immediately because of how low he already is. Bearing in mind he is 5'7", but fuck, take that to your advantage. He jabs the body. In that fight against Charles, he was jabbing the body. It was like right in front of him, and it was straight to the body, and that was what got him the knockout, because he went in for that right hook. Charles is thinking it's going to the body. All of a sudden, it's on your chin, and you're knocked the fuck out. And I think if you're knocking out guys with amazing defense in Alex, in Max Holloway, you know what you're doing, obviously, and you have the power to crack him, that no one else has been able to have, except Islam Makhachev with Alexander Volkanovski. But yeah, I don't know what else needs to be said about Ilia Topuria. He is the best striker in the UFC. He has the ability to put people out like no one else has, and we haven't seen a flaw to his striking game in terms of it affecting him in the fight. Because with Alex Pereira, you have to take into account those losses. You have to take into account that he got caught by Izzy, which, hey, that doesn't say, that you have a bad striking game, but you were caught. And Ilia Topuria hasn't been caught. He hasn't been out damaged 5 rounds by Magomed Ankalaev. That's just the reality of it. And Ilia Topuria has been flawless so far in the UFC and seems to have a flawless striking game that has worked against every kind of style that you can think of. And that's why he is number one. That's why I'm fucking staring at this little miniature action figure kind of thing that was at Walmart of Ilia Topuria. That's why I glazed the fuck out of him. That's why he's probably my favorite fighter with Alex. And definitely not biased why I had them 1-2. But Ilia Topuria, best pound for pound striker in the UFC. No debate other than maybe Alex. But he doesn't have, like I said, those weaknesses, those moments of slipping up that we've seen with Alex. But yeah, guys, that was my list. That was my top 15 pound for pound strikers in the UFC. What do you guys think? What did you guys think? Who do you have in your top 15? Was I wrong? Was I making good points? Just fucking let me know what you think. Just comment anything. Just comment a fucking letter too. Just W, L, or N. Just comment that. What do you think of this list? What do you think I should make more lists of? Pound for pound, top 15, top 5, whatever. Should I make more in-depth stuff of these guys specifically? You guys let me know what you fucking want. I'm here for anything and everything. I'm like I said, I'm gonna upload more consistently. I'm gonna make a lot more videos for you guys. So some ideas would be very appreciated. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment, make sure to do whatever the fuck you want. Just give me some engagement, guys. Please, please, please. Sorry. If you guys heard that, the finger smacked the mic. But yeah, I'm begging for engagement, right? You know, that's what 5 subscribers does, motherfucker. But yeah, guys, like I said, do all those things, do whatever you need to do, and I'll see you next time. Peace.